share a fun fact. Welcome to Let Me Share a Fun Fact, where we dive into the most intriguing and lesser-known aspects of the world around us. Today, we're taking you on a journey through the amazing science behind everyday things. From the way submarines glide beneath the ocean's surface to the secret behind that perfect cup of espresso, each fact will open your eyes to the incredible ingenuity in our daily lives. Whether you're a tech enthusiast, a science lover, or just curious by nature, there's something here for everyone. So, let's get started and uncover some truly fascinating facts together. The magic behind wireless charging. How does it work? Wireless charging might seem like a modern marvel, but it's all about the science of electromagnetic induction. At the core of a wireless charger is a coil of wire, which creates an alternating magnetic field when an electric current passes through it. When you place your device on the charger, a similar coil within the device captures this magnetic field, inducing a current that charges the battery. It's a bit like how a transformer works, but without the need for physical connectors. The magic happens without any visible interaction, which is why wireless charging can feel so futuristic. This technology isn't just about convenience, it's about reducing wear and tear on charging ports and minimizing the clutter of cables. As the technology advances, we might see even faster wireless charging and broader compatibility across devices, making it an essential part of our everyday tech landscape. Harnessing the power of the sea, the wonders of offshore wind farms. Offshore wind farms are a remarkable feat of engineering, capturing the strong and consistent winds found over the ocean. These wind farms are composed of massive turbines anchored to the seabed, often miles from the coast. The advantage of being offshore is that the winds are typically stronger and more stable than those on land, allowing these turbines to generate more energy. Each turbine is connected to the electrical grid onshore via underwater cables, transmitting the harvested energy back to land. Offshore wind farms are playing an increasingly critical role in the global push toward renewable energy, offering a way to generate large amounts of electricity without the need for fossil fuels. Despite the challenges of construction and maintenance in such a harsh environment, the potential for clean energy is immense, making offshore wind farms a key player in our sustainable future. Breathing easy. How air purifiers keep your air clean. Air purifiers are unsung heroes in our quest for healthier indoor environments. These devices use a combination of advanced technologies to remove harmful particles, allergens, and pollutants from the air we breathe. The most critical component is the HEPA filter, which can trap particles as small as 0.3 microns, including dust, pollen, and some bacteria. Alongside this, activated carbon filters work to absorb odors and chemical pollutants, while ionizers charge particles in the air, causing them to stick to surfaces or be captured by the filters. Together, these systems ensure that the air in your home is as clean and pure as possible. As we become more aware of indoor air quality's impact on health, air purifiers are becoming essential appliances in many households, providing peace of mind and cleaner, healthier air. Bridging the digital and physical worlds, the magic of augmented reality. Augmented reality, AR, is transforming the way we interact with the world by blending the digital with the physical. AR works by overlaying digital information, such as images, sounds, or data, onto the real world, enhancing what we see, hear, and feel. This is made possible through a combination of cameras, sensors, and complex algorithms that map the environment in real time. When you look through an AR-enabled device, like a smartphone or special glasses, it identifies physical objects and adds digital elements on top of them. Whether it's for gaming, shopping, or even complex tasks like surgery, AR provides an interactive experience that's both informative and immersive. As technology continues to evolve, AR is set to become even more integrated into our daily lives, offering new ways to learn, work, and play. The explosive science of popcorn. Why those kernels pop. The transformation of a tiny popcorn kernel into a fluffy snack is a fascinating process. Inside each kernel is a small amount of water surrounded by starch. When heated, the water turns to steam, creating pressure within the kernel. As the temperature rises, the pressure becomes too much for the kernel shell to contain, causing it to burst open. The starch inside then expands and cools rapidly, turning into the familiar fluffy texture of popped popcorn. This process happens so quickly that it's almost like a small explosion, turning what was once a hard, unappetizing seed into a light and delicious treat. The science behind popcorn is a perfect example of how heat and pressure can transform substances, and it's why we love watching and hearing that satisfying pop. The art of espresso, how your coffee machine brews perfection. Espresso is more than just a strong cup of coffee, it's the result of precise engineering and careful brewing. An espresso machine forces hot water through finely ground coffee at high pressure, extracting a rich, concentrated shot of coffee full of complex flavors and aromas. The key to a perfect espresso lies in the balance of water temperature, pressure, and grind size. Too much pressure, and the coffee can become bitter; too little, and it might be weak and under-extracted. The machine's ability to maintain a consistent temperature and pressure ensures that each shot is brewed to perfection. The result is a small but mighty cup of coffee, topped with a creamy layer of crema that packs a punch. Whether enjoyed on its own or as the base for other drinks like lattes and cappuccinos, espresso is a testament to the art and science of coffee brewing. If you're loving these fun facts and want to keep discovering more amazing insights with us, take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Join the Let Me Share a Fun Fact community, and let's keep exploring the wonders of the world together. Unveiling the secrets, how facial recognition systems work. Facial recognition technology is a marvel of modern science, transforming the way we interact with devices and systems. At its core, this technology relies on advanced machine learning algorithms to analyze and map the unique features of a person's face. When a face is scanned, the system captures detailed information about key facial landmarks, such as the distance between the eyes, the shape of the nose, and the contour of the lips. These data points are then converted into a unique facial signature, which the system compares against a database of known faces. If a match is found, the system can confirm the identity of the individual. This process happens in milliseconds, making facial recognition incredibly efficient. While the technology is used for everything from unlocking smartphones to enhancing security systems, it also raises important questions about privacy and ethics, making it a topic of ongoing discussion. Nature's clever hunters, the fascinating world of carnivorous plants. Carnivorous plants, like the Venus flytrap, have evolved some of the most intriguing mechanisms in the plant kingdom. Unlike most plants that rely solely on photosynthesis, these carnivores supplement their diet by capturing and digesting insects. The Venus flytrap, for example, uses specialized leaves that act as traps. These traps are lined with tiny hairs that act as sensors. When an unsuspecting insect touches these hairs twice within a short period, the trap snaps shut in the blink of an eye, imprisoning the prey. The plant then secretes digestive enzymes to break down the insect and absorb the nutrients, particularly nitrogen, which is often scarce in their native habitats. This adaptation allows carnivorous plants to thrive in environments where the soil lacks essential nutrients, showcasing nature's incredible ability to innovate and survive. Monitoring your health, how blood glucose meters work. For millions of people managing diabetes, blood glucose meters are essential tools that provide crucial information about their health. These devices work by analyzing a small drop of blood, typically taken from a fingertip, to measure the glucose level. The process begins when the blood is applied to a test strip inserted into the meter. These strips are coated with enzymes that react specifically with glucose. When glucose in the blood reacts with the enzyme, it generates an electrical current. The meter then measures this current, which is directly proportional to the glucose level in the blood. The result is displayed on the meter screen, allowing the user to take necessary actions, such as adjusting insulin doses or dietary intake. Blood glucose meters have become increasingly sophisticated, offering faster readings, smaller blood sample requirements, and even connectivity to smartphones for better diabetes management. Silent guardians, the science behind smoke detectors. Smoke detectors are vital safety devices that provide early warning of potential fires, giving you precious time to react. Most smoke detectors work on the principle of ionization. Inside the detector is a small amount of radioactive material between two electrically charged plates. This setup ionizes the air, creating a small, steady current between the plates. When smoke enters the chamber, it disrupts this current by attaching to the charged particles, reducing the flow of ions. This disruption triggers the alarm, alerting you to the presence of smoke. Ionization smoke detectors are particularly good at detecting fast, flaming fires. However, there are also photoelectric smoke detectors, which use a light beam to detect smoke particles. Understanding how these devices work underscores their importance in keeping us safe from the dangers of fire. A gentle descent: how parachutes keep you safe. Parachutes are simple yet incredibly effective devices that make falling from great heights safe. When deployed, a parachute creates drag, or air resistance, which significantly slows down the descent of a person or object. The parachute's large surface area catches the air, transforming the rapid fall into a controlled, slower descent. This principle of drag is what makes parachutes so effective. Without them, the speed of a freefall could be fatal. Parachutes have evolved over time, from simple designs made of silk to advanced materials that are stronger, lighter, and more reliable. They're used in a variety of applications, from recreational skydiving to military operations, and even in space missions where they help spacecraft land safely. The design and functionality of parachutes are testaments to the importance of engineering in ensuring safety. The invisible hand: how thermostats control your comfort. Thermostats are the unsung heroes of climate control, keeping our homes and workplaces comfortable year-round. At their core, thermostats measure the ambient temperature and compare it to a set desired temperature. If the temperature deviates from this setting, the thermostat activates the heating or cooling system to bring the temperature back to the desired level. Traditional thermostats use a bimetallic strip, which bends as the temperature changes, triggering the heating or cooling system when necessary. Modern digital thermostats use sensors and microprocessors to perform the same task with greater precision. Some even learn your preferences and adjust the temperature automatically. Whether it's a cold winter's night or a sweltering summer day, thermostats ensure that indoor environments remain at a comfortable and consistent temperature, making them indispensable in our daily lives. Depth control: how submarine ballast systems work. Submarines are marvels of engineering, capable of navigating the ocean's depths with precision. Central to this ability is the ballast system, which allows submarines to control their buoyancy and depth. The system consists of ballast tanks, which can be filled with water to increase the submarine's density and cause it to sink, or filled with air to decrease its density and make it rise. When a submarine wants to dive, valves open to allow seawater to flow into the tanks, increasing the vessel's weight. To ascend, compressed air is pumped into the tanks, forcing the water out and making the submarine more buoyant. This simple yet effective mechanism is what enables submarines to operate stealthily beneath the waves, exploring and conducting missions at varying depths with remarkable control. Breathing through skin: the unique respiration of amphibians. Amphibians, like frogs, have one of the most fascinating respiratory systems in the animal kingdom. Unlike mammals, which rely solely on lungs, amphibians can breathe through their skin, lungs, and the lining of their mouths. This ability is known as cutaneous respiration, and it allows them to absorb oxygen directly from the environment. Their skin must remain moist to facilitate this gas exchange, which is why amphibians are often found in humid or aquatic environments. Additionally, they use their lungs to breathe air, particularly when they are more active or out of the water. The dual respiration system of amphibians is a remarkable adaptation that allows them to thrive in a variety of environments, from underwater to on land, showcasing nature's incredible versatility. Scanning simplicity: how QR codes work. QR codes have become a ubiquitous part of modern life, providing a quick and easy way to access information with just a scan. These square patterns of black and white dots are a type of matrix barcode that stores data in a two-dimensional space. When you scan a QR code with your smartphone, the scanner reads the pattern and translates it into a string of data, typically a URL, text, or other information. The code is made up of small modules arranged in a grid, with each module representing a bit of data. Because QR codes can store information both horizontally and vertically, they can hold much more data than traditional barcodes. This versatility makes them perfect for a wide range of applications, from marketing and payments to ticketing and logistics, making QR codes an essential tool in our digital world. Precision printing, the inner workings of laser printers. Laser printers are known for their speed, precision, and high-quality output, making them a staple in offices and homes alike. But how do they work? The process begins with a laser beam that scans back and forth across a drum, creating an electrostatic image of the page to be printed. This drum is coated with a photosensitive material that becomes electrically charged in areas where the laser hits. Once the image is formed, the drum passes through a reservoir of toner, a fine powder that sticks to the charged areas. The toner is then transferred to a piece of paper, which is heated by a fuser to permanently fuse the toner to the paper. This entire process happens in just a fraction of a second, allowing for rapid, high-resolution printing that is both efficient and reliable. Cooking under pressure, the science behind pressure cookers. Pressure cookers are kitchen marvels that speed up the cooking process by harnessing the power of steam and pressure. When a pressure cooker is sealed, the liquid inside begins to heat up and turn into steam. As the steam accumulates, it increases the pressure inside the cooker, which in turn raises the boiling point of water. This allows food to cook at higher temperatures than it would in a regular pot, significantly reducing cooking times. The high pressure also forces moisture into the food, making it tender and flavorful. Once the cooking is done, the pressure is carefully released and the lid can be safely opened. Pressure cookers are a perfect example of how manipulating the physical properties of water and steam can result in faster, more efficient cooking. Keeping cool, how computer cooling systems work. As computers have become more powerful, the need for effective cooling systems has become increasingly important. Computer cooling systems are designed to dissipate the heat generated by the CPU, GPU, and other components to prevent overheating and ensure optimal performance. The most common cooling method is air cooling, which uses fans to pull cool air into the case and expel hot air out. Inside the computer, heat sinks are attached to key components, which absorb and disperse heat away from them. In more advanced systems, liquid cooling is used, where liquid coolant circulates through tubes and a radiator to remove heat more efficiently. Whether through air or liquid, these cooling systems are essential in maintaining the longevity and reliability of modern computers, ensuring they run smoothly even under heavy workloads. And that wraps up our journey into the hidden wonders of the world. I hope you found these insights as fascinating as I did. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which of these fun facts you already knew and which one surprised you the most. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community here at Let Me Share a Fun Fact. There's so much more to discover, and I can't wait to share it with you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and stay curious!